All right, let's look at this efficiency update.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Okay, so this is a continuous thing on this channel at this point, in which we just keep looking at how we look as far as efficiency. And as it stands right now, San Antonio Spurs aren't phenomenal. So as we can see here, this is the last 10 games. Actually, this is before the game today. I don't know when I'm uploading this. This is before the game in Mexico City, but as we can see here, these are the last 10 games, and we can just look at the landscape of the NBA thus far. Now, before we do, really quick, if you guys want to support the channel, clan themerchfan.com, link in the description. So this won't be a long video by any means, but hey man, it's something to at least talk about. So let's go ahead and we'll look at the top. So as we can see here, defensive efficiency is when you go higher on that y-axis, and then we can see x-axis is offensive efficiency. So if we go up here, we can see that the Cleveland Cavaliers are absolutely on fire. As far as defense, it being the worst offense is very strange to me. That doesn't feel right. I guess mainly because Donovan Mitchell has been killing it, but yeah, apparently they are one of the worst. Which is really interesting. But as we can see here, best defensive team, Cleveland Cavaliers. And then we can look over at the Memphis Grizzlies, which is absolutely phenomenal. If we look at the standings, hold on, NBA standings. If we look at the standings really quick, oh, sorry. Yeah, subscribe. Let's see, Memphis Grizzlies, 19-9. So they are at the top of the West. They at the top of the West? Okay, they must have just took it from the Pelicans. I did not see the last Grizzlies game. So okay, so they just took it from the Pelicans. Pretty impressive. So yeah, as we can see here, they're number one in the West. So I guess that basically tracks. The Warriors being 11 is absolutely insane. I have no idea. The West is so stacked. I have no idea who's going to end up in the playoffs. I think I could put my money on the Warriors, and I think the Lakers are probably going to be in that play-in spot, but we'll see. It's way too early to call. But moving on. All right, so Grizzlies #1 net rating. Jeez, man, jeez. They have a legitimate shot of winning it. As we can see here, the Knicks, which is also pretty surprising, #2 overall net rating, and these are the last 10 games once again. And let's go here. If we look at where the Knicks are 6th in the East, but if you've been paying attention to the East at all, you know that it's like really close. You can see here the Atlanta Hawks. That's hilarious. We're gonna look at the Atlanta Hawks in a minute. All right, so moving on. Let's see. 76ers. Pretty doggone good, better than I expected. As you see here, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have been on fire, they're #1 in the East, but yet they're the #3. Well, not yet. That's actually really good. #3 net rating overall, #6 offense, #5 defense in the past 10 games. New York Knicks won 8 of their last 10, and I have seen some of these Nets games in which your boy Kyrie, he's been hitting some pretty big shots. Warriors, I'm expecting them to get back on track. Last 10, they have not been bad whatsoever. Same thing with the Pelicans. Basically same thing with the Bucks. It's just wild that Cleveland Cavaliers are just out of everyone's league as far as their defensive efficiency. And then the Grizzlies, good God, man. But moving on, let's see. Bulls, almost mid. Yeah, we don't care about none of that. All right, so this is where things get kind of interesting. So as far as the Lakers, the defense is slipping, which is weird. I thought, at least in the last few games, their defense hasn't looked terrible as far as, you know, the eye test, but yeah, apparently it's getting worse. I didn't know you could get much worse. And the Nets, or not Nets, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, the Nuggets. #1 offensive rating, but that's not going to help you too much if you're they're not necessarily, but almost in the negative, I think, because this right here would be the negative, I believe. Yeah, this right here would be the negative. So they're not, technically they're not in the negatives, but not great. 24 defense, that's not great. 27 defense. Mavericks, good God, Luka is literally doing everything. So yeah, I wouldn't expect them to be the most efficient team. Wizards, absolute garbage. Oh my goodness, worst defense, but better offense than ours. Now this is what we care about, right? So let's see. Let's zoom in. Now this is called Wemby Land, as you can see here. These are the people these are the teams that's really competing for Wemby. Atlanta Hawks right here. They're in the negatives. That's funny. Yikes. Won 3 of the last 10. I know they've been injured, but guys, I've been watching these Atlanta Hawks games. They're not that impressive. Okay. But moving on. Let's see. So this is where we want to be. Worst net rating. The San Antonio Spurs have the worst net rating in the past 10 games. Now, some of that is injury because we have had quite a few players out. I would argue that at least the last 3 games, the Spurs haven't looked terrible. But overall, yeah, I mean, it's a tanking season. This is where we want to be. And you want the highest percentage shot at Wemby, or, Scoot Henderson, whatever, whoever comes first for us. Charlotte Hornets is down there with us. And that's one thing I'm not sure, because I'll be honest with you guys, I have not watched a lot of Charlotte Hornets games. Why am I over here? I have not watched a lot of Charlotte Hornets games. I know they've been really, really bad. But I could have sworn they would get it together at some point, but I guess that roster just isn't good enough right now. I know they've had a lot of drama before the season has started, but man, I expected at least having Terry Rozier for him to kind of get it going, and Gordon Hayward. I know he's not what he used to be, but it's just weird to me. It's just weird, especially in LaMelo Ball. I don't know. It's just weird for them to be that low. And also, have they even played? I guess they haven't. Yeah, I guess they haven't. They haven't played their new big man. Yeah, I just haven't. I haven't watched. I'll be honest. I haven't watched the Hornets at all, so I can't really comment on it thus far. But this season, I was, even with all the drama, I was not expecting them to be this bad at this point. But hopefully they get it together. I don't think they really have too much of an incentive to, but hopefully they get it together, and we can go ahead and take that spot. So where are we right now? Well, as far as all the teams are concerned, let's go back to these standings. We are, let's see, 1, 2, I think we might be the 4th worst. Yeah, we are the 4th worst. If we go here and you type in draft lottery odds, hopefully they updated it. Let's see here. Let's go to Tankathon. 3rd. Todd, yeah, see, yeah, they have us third. Technically, I think we would be right here, this 4th, but whatever. Okay, so this is where we stand right now. We're still on track to get that top pick. Honestly, I want to be the worst, if not the 2nd worst, because a top 6 pick is all you really need. Okay, we're gonna have a really great shot at getting a top 3, top 4 pick if you land right there. That's all you really need. But as it stands, I do not want the Spurs to end up being like 6th and we screw around and end up getting the 8th, 7th overall. I do not want to mess around with that. So, but look, I'm just rambling at this point. Just wanted to show you guys the efficiency over the last few games. Big shout out to Kirksey on Twitter for posting this. I just love updating you guys on this, and for us just to look at and see, how the tank is going. And thus far, the tank is going. It's going pretty good. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. If you want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. By the way, be patient with me, okay? Just be patient with me, because as it stands, as far as December, it has been absolutely wild. Not only the pricing as far as trying to ship these out, but just the demand in general. So I really apologize if you don't get it before Christmas, because I know a lot of people are like, look, I want it before Christmas. If you don't, I'm so sorry. It's just so much demand because I'm doing everything myself. It's not like some company I send it out to do all of it. Like, I'm doing it all myself. So just be patient with me. But you're gonna get your stuff. So if you didn't get a tracking number yet, don't worry. It's not that I forgot about you. All your stuff is lined up in the database and everything. Like, I have everyone's order. Just be patient with your boy, okay? But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later, man. Till next time.